Throughout history, structures and artifacts have been discovered that challenge our understanding of the past. From the mysterious Black Pyramid in Alaska to the Desert Hand in Chile, these finds invite us to reconsider what we know about ancient civilizations. Archaeologists have found underground cities in Turkey, elongated skulls in Peru, and ancient sculptures in Siberia. These discoveries suggest that our ancestors possessed advanced skills and knowledge much earlier than previously thought. Do you dare to explore these enigmas and discover the secrets that our world still holds? Join us on this fascinating journey. And if you like this type of content, subscribe to our channel. It's free. 1. Mysterious alien black cube moves through the Sahara Desert. Imagine seeing a huge black cube, apparently of alien origin, moving across the vast sands of the Sahara Desert. That's what some witnesses claim is happening right now. This strange, otherworldly object is said to be slowly moving through the desert, and no one knows exactly what it is or where it came from. The size of the cube is astonishing, large enough to tower over anyone standing next to it, and supposedly leaves footprints in the sand as it moves. Some believe it is a top-secret military experiment, while others lean towards alien theories, suggesting it could be extraterrestrial technology. Although no official explanation has emerged, this moving black cube has sparked a lot of curiosity, with people wondering if it's just the beginning of something even bigger. Could it really be something not of this world? Only time will tell. 2. The mysterious case of moving rocks. The moving rocks of Racetrack Playa in Death Valley have baffled people for decades. We are talking about huge rocks, some weighing up to 180 kilograms, that mysteriously move across the desert floor, leaving long footprints behind. Miners first noticed the strange movement in the 1940s, and scientists have been trying to solve the mystery ever since. In 2013, they installed cameras and GPS trackers, concluding that a mix of wind, water, and ice pushes the rocks. But not everyone is convinced, and theories about UFOs arise. Some say electromagnetic fields caused by alien activity are behind the mysterious movements. In fact, filmmaker Gavin Heenan reported seeing strange lights spinning in the night sky above the beach in January 2013, just as scientists were conducting their study. Its images of glowing orbs floating above the valley have fueled wild theories that something more otherworldly is at play. So are rocks just naturally sliding across the desert, or is something stranger going on? That is still up for debate. Some of these rocks are heavy. They can easily weigh between 130 and 180 kilograms, and have been pushed by some force across these dry lake beds. 3. The Black Stone of Mecca. According to Islamic tradition, the Black Stone of Mecca originally comes from the Gardens of Heaven. Some even believe that an angel brought her to earth. Legend has it that it fell from the sky on the same day Adam ate the forbidden fruit and originally marked the spot where the first temple was built. The stone was eventually lost during Noah's flood, only to be rediscovered by Abraham, who placed it in the Kaaba as a sacred marker. Fast forward to the time of the Prophet Muhammad, and when the Kaaba was being rebuilt, he personally returned the black stone to its rightful place. It is now a powerful symbol of faith. Pilgrims visiting Mecca during the Hajj try to touch or kiss the stone, believing it has a deep connection with heaven. With a history involving angels, prophets, and ancient floods, it's easy to see why this stone is so revered. Each corner of the sanctuary is perhaps the most sacred stone in the world, the Black Stone of Mecca. For the world's 1.8 billion Muslims, this stone is crucial. When Muslims face towards Mecca, they face towards that stone. 4. The Stone Spheres of Costa Rica. The stone spheres of Costa Rica are like something out of a mystery novel. These perfectly round stones, some as large as 2.4 meters in diameter and weighing tons, are scattered throughout the Dikis Delta and other areas. Discovered in the 1930s by workers clearing land for banana plantations, they have spawned all kinds of theories and myths. It is rumored that some of these stones could even contain gold, and although more than 300 spheres were found, their exact purpose remains a mystery. Some people believe that ancient inhabitants knew how to soften or shape stones, while others think they could have come from Atlantis. Some local chiefs were even buried with smaller versions of these stones, adding a touch of ancient royalty to the story. There is also a wild theory that they were cannonballs fired by a thunder god to scare away intruders harassing locals. In the 1930s, the United Fruit Company was clearing this land for banana plantations. Now, the workers, while clearing the area, would come across these spheres and the archaeological sites that exist here today, and they would simply move them aside without really caring. Now, the rumor that there was gold inside those spheres led workers to do things like drill holes in the spheres and dynamite, blowing them up in hopes of finding gold. Of course, they never did. 5. The underwater city of Yonaguni, located off the coast of Yonaguni in the Ryukyu Islands of Japan and 30 meters underwater, lies a submerged city. Discovered in 1987 by a diver, the underwater city of Yonaguni features large terraces, steps, and straight paths that appear almost man-made. Some believe they could be the remains of the ancient Yamatai civilization, a legendary place mentioned in Japanese history, but never clearly located. According to ancient texts, Yamatai was ruled by the mysterious queen Himiko, who was said to have significant power and influence. Although there is no solid evidence linking the site to Yamatai, it certainly adds to the mystery of the city. The precise angles and shapes of the structures make it difficult to rule them out as a natural formation, but more recent theories suggest that tectonic shifting could be behind the formations. Japan's seismic activity could have caused the ground to shift and create these unusual shapes. There is a theory that the video is evidence of an ancient Japanese civilization known as Yamatai. It is said to have been a great and powerful nation that was wiped off the face of the earth when the waters of the sea rose, and its cities were buried under the water of the ocean. C6. The Hammer of London. The London Hammer is a real rarity. It was unearthed in 1934 by a couple in London, Texas, who found it embedded in a piece of rock, supposedly dating to the Cretaceous period, about 100 million years ago. The hammer itself appears quite normal, except for the fact that it is made of materials and has a design that suggests it appears to be from the 19th or early 20th century. It has a wooden handle and a metal head, which seems out of place when you consider its supposed age. The rock where it was found is millions of years old, which has led to all kinds of theories and debates, adding to the mystery. Part of the hammer is going through a process called coalification, which is a stage where organic materials are converted to carbon. This shouldn't happen to something from such a recent era. Many think it could be a hoax, while others speculate about ancient technologies or dating errors. 7. The Maine Viking Penny. The Maine Viking Penny, also known as Goddard's coin, is a real eye-catcher with a bit of confusion in its history. Found in Maine in 1957, this small silver coin has a dragon on one side and a cross on the other. Initially thought to be from medieval England, it turns out it is actually a Norwegian penny from the reign of King Olaf Kyrre, who ruled Norway from 1067 to 1093 AD. What is really intriguing is that, despite this find, no other Viking artifacts have been discovered in the area. So the big question is, how did this Norse coin end up in Maine? Was it brought by a lone Viking explorer, or is it a clue to an earlier transoceanic voyage? 8. The Eye of the Sahara. The Eye of the Sahara, also known as the Richat structure, has generated a lot of buzz about whether it could be the mythical Atlantis. First spotted from the air in the 1960s by French researchers, this massive circular formation stretches some 40 kilometers wide and stands out against the desert landscape. So why all the speculation about Atlantis? Well, here's where it gets interesting. The Sahara wasn't always a barren desert. It used to be a lush, green region. Around the Richat structure, scientists have found fossils of marine life, such as mollusks, suggesting that it was once underwater. The structure also shows signs of extreme water erosion, which some think could connect to the story of Atlantis being destroyed by a great flood. Although most experts believe it is just a natural geological feature, the Eye of the Sahara continues to capture our imagination and fuel theories about ancient mysteries. The astronauts spotted something that looked like a huge circular shape, 30 meters wide, which had a center surrounded by concentric rings of stone and sand, and looked like a giant eye from space. Hence, it is known as the Eye of the Sahara. 9. The Utah Metal Pillar. In late 2020, a mysterious metal pillar appeared in the Utah desert, capturing the world's attention. The elegant, reflective structure, about 3 to 3.6 meters tall, was discovered in a remote area of the Red Rock Desert by a team of biologists studying wildlife. The pillar unleashed a wave of speculation and excitement. Was it an art installation, a piece of modern technology, or something even more mysterious? Theories ranged from secret government experiments to alien artifacts. Its sudden appearance and enigmatic nature led to a media frenzy and online debates. But as abruptly as it appeared, the pillar disappeared a few weeks later. He was gone without a trace, leaving only the desert wind to whisper of his brief, mysterious presence. Despite the excitement it generated, no one has taken responsibility for the pillar, and its disappearance remains as disconcerting as its arrival. 10. Mysterious creatures on the Oregon coast. In 2017, beach visitors in Oregon encountered strange, pickle-like creatures scattered all over the shore. These strange-looking creatures, known as pyrosomes, are made up of hundreds of small organisms that usually live far away in tropical waters. But for some reason, they suddenly started showing up on the Oregon coast in large numbers. Jim Young, a retired marine biologist, had seen a few earlier that year, but nothing on this scale. Scientists, including those at Oregon State University, suspected that warmer ocean temperatures had driven the pyrosomes north, with sightings reported as far away as Canada and Alaska. Although harmless, their slimy texture worried some beach visitors. The researchers were concerned that if too many pyrosomes died at once, they could create a dead zone by depleting the oxygen in the water, potentially harming other marine life. Scientists kept close monitoring of the phenomenon as it developed. Some reports indicated they were appearing on beaches as far away as Canada and Alaska, along the Washington and Oregon coasts. 11. Goraya Shia in southern Siberia is one of the most impressive megalithic sites that can be found today. This place is full of huge stone blocks scattered across Mount Kyum, which rises to about 1,200 meters high. It is all part of the Kyum-Sarak Granite Massif and is located about 8 kilometers from the town of Orton. Megaliths are found on the ridges and summits of this mountain, and their massive size and precise arrangement suggest that they were used for quite important purposes, perhaps even for ancient ceremonies or for tracking the stars. They have been around for thousands of years, but figuring out exactly what they were used for or how they moved remains a mystery. 12. The mysterious lights of Marfa. In the remote desert near Marfa, Texas, a strange phenomenon has baffled people for more than a century. Glowing orbs that appear to dance and float on the horizon. These Marfa lights have been sighted since the 1800s, but no one can agree on what they are. Some describe them as flickering orbs that change color, while others say they move in unpredictable patterns. Scientists have tried to explain them as distant car headlights or atmospheric reflections, but even with modern technology, the lights remain a mystery. Local legends claim they are something else otherworldly, spirits, UFOs, or even the ghosts of travelers of yesteryear. Curious tourists still flock to Marfa, hoping to see the lights. Whether natural or supernatural, the lights of Marfa continue to fascinate and fuel speculation about what is really happening in that quiet stretch of desert. The Marfa lights fall into a broader category of light phenomena that we often call ghost lights. Ghost lights are these anomalous sources of light that appear and disappear randomly in a certain area. People have no idea where they come from. 13. The Black Pyramid of Alaska. Deep in the remote Alaskan wilderness, rumors circulate about a massive black pyramid hidden underground. Some claim it was first detected in 1992 during a Chinese nuclear test that accidentally uncovered this massive structure, said to be even larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza. Things became even more mysterious when one whistleblower, a retired military officer, claimed that the US government has been secretly studying the pyramid for years. According to him, the structure is not of human origin, but possibly extraterrestrial, which has generated theories that it could house alien technology or serve as a source of energy. What's even stranger is that this area is known for its lack of magnetic activity. Planes flying over the pyramid report no magnetic interference, a puzzling phenomenon that only deepens the mystery. While the government remains silent, Alaska's Black Pyramid continues to spark wild debates and theories about its true origins and purpose. The message itself was intended for at least 10 or 15 different commanders within our proximity from different units. We all read the message, and it basically gave the longitude and latitude of where this Black Pyramid of Alaska was located. 14. The unfinished obelisk in the Aswan Quarry, Egypt. In the Quarry of Aswan, Egypt, you will find a true wonder, the unfinished obelisk. This massive slab of granite was intended to be the largest obelisk ever built, but it is still half buried in bedrock. Imagine a giant stone pillar that is about 42 meters long and would have weighed between 1 and 200 tons if completed. The project ran into problems when cracks appeared in the stone, so the ancient Egyptians had to abandon it. But here's the interesting part. This unfinished masterpiece gives us a glimpse into how they made their stone carvings. You can see the marks of their tools and get an idea of their meticulous process. Although it was never completed, the unfinished obelisk remains a fascinating piece of history that showcases the incredible skills of ancient Egyptian builders. 15. The ghost ship SS Orang Medan. The story of the SS Orang Medan is one of the most chilling maritime mysteries ever recorded. In the 1940s, this Indonesian cargo ship is said to have sent a chilling distress signal. All officers, including the captain, are dead, lying in the chart room and on the deck. Probably all the crew are dead. Then, silence. When rescuers finally reached the ship, they were met with a horrifying sight. The crew lay dead, their faces frozen in expressions of pure terror. There were no signs of violence or illness, and strangely, the ship appeared to be in good condition. The mystery deepened when, shortly after rescuers boarded, a fire broke out, and the Orang Medan sank into the sea. Some speculate that it was carrying a secret shipment of dangerous chemicals or even supernatural forces. 16. The Lost City of Aten. In 2021, a major discovery was made in Egypt, the ancient city of Aten, also known as the Lost Golden City. This city, dating back to the reign of Pharaoh Amenhotep III about 3,400 years ago, was unearthed near Luxor. It is one of the most significant archaeological finds of recent decades. Aten was a bustling center in its time, filled with residential and administrative buildings. The site includes well-preserved streets, houses, and even artifacts such as pottery and tools, giving us a rare glimpse into daily life in ancient Egypt. 17. The ancient underground city in Turkey. In the heart of Turkey, the Cappadocia region is home to one of the most astonishing rock formations and hidden wonders on the planet. Imagine a landscape dotted with cone-shaped rock formations that look like something out of a science fiction movie. But what's even more incredible is what lies beneath this unique terrain, an extensive underground city. This underground city is a true marvel of ancient engineering, hidden beneath the rocky surface. It is a labyrinth of tunnels, rooms, and passages that stretches for miles. The city was probably carved from the soft volcanic rock of the region and was used for shelter and protection, especially during times of conflict. What's fascinating is that this underground metropolis has multiple levels, with some parts reaching depths of up to 60 meters underground. It even has complex ventilation systems to ensure that fresh air reaches its inhabitants. 18. The Skulls of Paracas in Peru. On the Paracas Peninsula, archaeologists have unearthed some truly unusual skulls that have everyone talking. These Paracas skulls, found in ancient burial sites, are known for their elongated shapes, which look quite different from what we are used to seeing. Dating to between approximately 800 and 100 BC, these skulls show evidence of a fascinating cultural practice, cranial deformation. This was not a genetic mutation, but the result of intentional deformation during childhood. The skulls were tied or wrapped tightly to achieve that distinctive, elongated shape. This practice was probably a mark of nobility or social status in ancient Paracas society. 19. The Idol of Shigir in Siberia. The Idol of Shigir is like a real time capsule of the ancient world. Discovered in 1890 in a Siberian peat bog, this wooden sculpture is an astonishing 12,500 years old, making it one of the oldest wooden statues ever found. With a height of about 2.8 meters, the Shigir idol is covered in intricate carvings. These patterns and symbols have left archaeologists scratching their heads, trying to figure out what they meant to the people who created them. These designs are believed to reflect early beliefs or rituals, suggesting that the idol was very important in their spiritual or social life. What's really interesting is that the peat bog where it was found preserved it almost perfect, giving us a rare glimpse into the art and spiritual life of our ancient ancestors in Siberia. 20. Devil's Caldera in Minnesota. Located in Judge C.R. State Park Magny in Minnesota, Devil's Caldera is a waterfall with a peculiar twist. One side of the river flows into a large circular hole that appears to swallow the water with no visible exit. It's like a magic trick of nature. Where does the water go? The hole, known as Devil's Caldera, has confused visitors and scientists alike. Despite several attempts to trace the path of the water, including the use of dyes and underwater cameras, no one has been able to completely solve the mystery. 21. The Devil's Caldera. Where the water ends has not been conclusively traced. Theories range from the water seeping into underground caves to disappearing into an elaborate underground system. Local legends claim that the caldera was a place where ancient tribes performed rituals, or even where the devil himself may have made his home. People have tried to solve this mystery. Scientists have thrown dyes, hundreds of ping-pong balls, GPS trackers, and even logs into this hole. The expectation is that they will appear somewhere in Lake Superior. 22. The Hand of the Desert. In the Atacama Desert in Chile, there is a giant sculpture that is impossible to miss. The Hand of the Desert. This colossal sculpture of a hand rising from the sand, about 11 meters high, was created by Chilean artist Mario Irarrázaval in 1992. It is located in one of the driest places on Earth, making it a striking contrast against the arid landscape. The hand's eerie and almost surreal appearance has made it a popular spot for curious travelers and photographers. It's like an unexpected piece of modern art in the middle of nowhere. Despite its imposing size and unusual location, the Hand of the Desert has no grandiose hidden meanings. It is simply a unique piece of public art that stands as a curious landmark in the vast, empty desert. 23. The Mysterious Triangle on the USS Ford. In September 2018, a video from the Mediterranean showing an F-18 landing on the USS Ford caused quite a stir. At first glance, it appeared to capture a triangle-shaped UFO floating near the aircraft carrier. This triangular shape really got people talking, because historically, UFOs have been sighted in a few different shapes, such as cigars, discs, and triangles. The video quickly went viral and made international news, with Iranian media even claiming that it proved the US was collaborating with aliens. But when the official version of the video came out, it showed the same plane and ship, but without the UFO, raising questions about whether the original footage had been altered. Experts such as science writer Mick West pointed out some problems with the video, including strange shadow angles and a shaking object that looked like a toy model. It turns out that this whole thing could just be an elaborate hoax, possibly used to generate distrust and anger. 2-4. Ancient predators re-emerge in the Atacama Desert. Chile's Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, has been hiding some pretty wild secrets, like ancient predators that once ruled the seas. Recently, paleontologists have discovered fossils of enormous sea creatures that lived millions of years ago when the desert was actually underwater. These fossils include shark-like predators, some resembling today's great white sharks, but even larger. We're talking about prehistoric beasts like the megalodon, whose sharp, serrated teeth were perfect for hunting prey in the ancient oceans. It's amazing to think that this dry, lifeless desert was once a bustling marine world. The fossils found here are helping scientists reconstruct what life was like when the Atacama was more ocean than sand, and are giving us a glimpse into the lives of these ancient predators that once dominated the seas. With so many secrets yet to be discovered, it makes you wonder what incredible discoveries are still out there, just out of our reach. And we've reached the end. What do you think of the video? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more great stories like this. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching and see you next time.